Above the clouds, moving through the skies. Make Foley ass niggas every day another new disguise. You decide how you maneuver through these crucial times. Either way, you getting scrutinized. Either way, I'm gonna utilize.
Welcome back to the Sabrosa Podcast. We got EricTheRed in the building.
What's going on, yo? I appreciate you having me.
Thank you for coming on the show.
I
appreciate that.
No. I appreciate you for having me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like your podcast has been making a crazy impact lately. So,
wow, thank you.
It's definitely like a privilege, like for me, like for you to have me here. Word, it's dope.
Welcome. Well, you know, we're around one another. We already had a dialogue prior to you coming on the show. And I just really want to get into this shit right away because I have done a podcast with Key and I've expressed my admiration for Seven Tribes and everything you guys were doing or are doing currently. Like, I just want to get right into the shit because we got a lot to cover.
Yeah, most definitely, yeah.
First of all, congratulations on Diamond Cutter.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Word. I appreciate that. Yeah. Nah, that's love. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say it is so hard just to come back. It's so hard to
for sure
stop and come back with whatever you're doing. So I just want to congratulate you on Diamond Cutter. I was at your listening party. Congrats.
Oh, no, yeah, yo, shouts to Astra
listening
Studios.
Party at Astra, where we're at right now. Yeah, Hello.
Yeah. No, shouts to Astra.
Vibes.
That was dope. It was definitely like a great night. Shouts to everyone that pulled up for that night.
It was the first event at Astra Recording Studio. And I think I had like the first pod around that week. So it was like a big week for Astra. New vibes, new setting, new everything. But it was dope. So, and lucky for you, I mean, people should all do this, but I listened to the tape before I got here, so I already know what I was listening to.
I appreciate that so much. That was love. Thank you.
So, let's start off with why come back? Like, why did you decide, yo, I'm coming back. I want to start making music again. Not even music. Like, I just want to come back because I want to start from the beginning, like Seven Tribes, the impact that y'all had on the community and just as a whole, as a group, and was big, right? So I know coming back is not just about music, right? No, so what made you come back?
No, like, I mean, honestly, it was like primarily just like the lack of like creating, you know, like the lack of doing, of just like writing or recording, like. It's crazy because, like, I thought, you know, like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what, let me just, like, stop doing this music shit because it was a time where I just felt like, I mean, I guess I felt kind of, like, burnt out, you know what I mean? Because, you know, we started recording with Seven Tribes, like, around 2012, 2013.
Right.
And it's just been, like, straight, you know, like, just straight, like, you know, recording, straight writing, straight late nights in the studio, and then like waking up for work at like 4 a.m. So it was just like it was becoming like, you know, like it was it got to a point that like it was becoming less fun. It was becoming like a little like strenuous. It was becoming like I felt like I was like spinning my wheels. I was getting burnt out. So
yeah, there was a lot. Like you were trying to do too much in a short amount of time. Like it was a lot going on. You were burning yourself out. Yeah,
it was a lot going on. But so yeah, like around, I would say maybe like around 2018, that's when I kind of just like, you know, I just like, in my mind, I'm like, you know what, like, I should probably just stop doing, you know, let's just stop doing this music shit.
But the craziest thing,
and that's something that everybody could relate to that.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
that.
The craziest thing is like, why in that moment? Why when y'all are creating this, when you're doing this amount of music, having this momentum, having this following, why then? Is it because it became too overwhelming at the moment?
Yeah, like I think it just became too overwhelming, you know, and like, you know, like me and like me and all the brothers were going through some like, you know, like each of us were going through our shit in real life too. Yeah. So it was just like a lot of crossing of the wires between real life and, you know, and like trying to create art, you know, like with me and my brothers, you know, but, yeah, like I just felt like, you know what, I should just probably just, get like a regular job,
Yeah.
and I need to just focus on that. Like I need to just, I need to just like, like be a man, I guess, quote unquote, and just like and just get my shit together and just and just put the music shit aside and just kind of like, and just kind of pack it up and just kind of, just I kind of just got like, like my like priorities straight, I guess. But yeah, I noticed like throughout the years of me just like not creating, not doing music, it was just becoming like I was like slowly just becoming like depressed, and I'm like, but at first I couldn't figure out why. I'm like, yo, like I don't know, like I don't know what the fuck's going on. But then I was realizing that like I still had that urge, like I still had that itch to like just go listen to a beat and just fucking write and just do something, but and honestly that's that's honestly what it like drew me back to it, and honestly I feel like now it's been like when it comes to like creating music, I've been the happiest that I've ever been,
Yeah.
at this current time, right now.
So from 2013, 2014 to 2018, there was no music being created.
No. In those years, it was massive music being created, and then I stopped at 2018. And now I bounced back in 2022.
Okay.
So I took like a 4-year hiatus.
Okay, so it's been 4 years.
Yeah. No, yeah, but in those years we were just going crazy. We were just like doing mad shows, mad festivals, just like everywhere.
That's
up
a
and
long
down.
time of just go. So would you say that you became jaded in a way, and then it caused like a block?
It's funny because that's the exact word that I was trying to think of earlier, because I was trying to say, like, I had said burnt out, but the actual word is jaded, I mean, that's what it's kind of like what I felt, it's like more than anything, I was just kind of jaded with the music, but, and I was just like, I was like trying different things, what I mean? But like, I was trying different things and it wasn't really like working out, but, I feel like now, like coming back now, like I feel like I definitely kind of found my niche and I kind of like found my pocket, and, I'm real happy with the music that I've been putting out lately, so.
No, yeah, I mean, I listened to it, and Moonlight's a crazy track. Moonlight's wild.
Thank you.
It gave me like that old, like that Seven Tribes vibe, like that real hip hop feel, that real underground, that raw shit.
For sure.
And I always appreciate that. As I told Key on his pod, as I told you now, I'm a fan of Seven Tribes. So whenever I hear that shit, I'm like, oh shit.
That's mad love right there. Word.
I was like, the way, because it's just a certain way that you guys step on a track.
Yeah.
You feel more, because there's a difference between like just rapping and like really like
taking charge of that shit, like really just
the motherfucking track,
just grabbing the fucking track by the horns, like nigga,
right?
Like nah, I feel that.
Like that, what was it? The Gold video from back then? Was it Gold?
Yeah, Gold,
like that vibe.
Yeah,
it just wanted. I wanted to just jump in the video and just like, I don't know, run around with y'all.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
That was awesome, yo.
I was like, yo, that shit is hard.
Nah, I appreciate
and
that.
And it's just it's a beautiful thing to see, and it's a beautiful thing for you to come back and for you to release Diamond Cutter. And I know that. So walk us a little bit through the making of Diamond Cutter. So how long did it take you to make this? Just approximately.
So like honestly, like to create the actual tape, like it didn't really take me a long time. I just it probably took me maybe like 2 or 3 months, to like put it together. But like the thing was that honestly I kind of like sat on it for like a long time, because I kind of like sat on it because I wasn't, because honestly, like coming back after like so many years, like I still had those moments of self-doubt, like even though I was creating the records and people were giving me good feedback, honestly, like when it comes to this rap shit, like I will forever be my own worst critic,
Of course. I mean, that's natural. So you more than likely, do you have people that you specifically go to for feedback?
No, not at all.
Or you're just open to...
No, yeah, like I'm always open to like all types of feedback from like like all the corners of the earth, you know. I definitely like don't rely on just a group of people. Like I'm always open to like any kind of feedback from any background, any subculture, like any ethnicity or like
people's opinions important, you know.
Sure.
People's opinions important. I mean, support people that support you. I always say that. Because people don't have to support you. So if they do, that's pretty cool, you know?
No,
and
for sure.
If they take the time to do a repost or... How do you feel about that? That's a good, you know... What does support look like for you?
No, like, I feel like support, like, is definitely, like, when it's just natural, when it's just, when it's just candid, when it's not forced, you know what I mean? Like it's one thing, you know, like, I'm not trying to, like, you know, like fucking like toot my horn or anything, but like when it comes to like promoting like the music, like I never really asked anybody to do it, you know, because I don't know, like it's a part of me, like I never like doing that, like yo fam, like just like spam mad people and just yo fam, check out my tape, yo fam, check out my tape, yo fam, check out my tape. I've never like I know that's like a thing that artists do, but like me personally, like I've never enjoy like forcing anybody, or not forcing, but it's like I never like making anybody go check out my shit, you know. It's kind of like if you want to do it, then it's dope, you know what I mean? And so that's why like all the feedback like from Diamond Cutter, it was like honestly it was like overwhelming, because I never in a million years thought it would get like that much like positive feedback.
How did it feel to get that support from people? Were there people that reached out to you that previously like you haven't heard from, for example, and then they just like, sure. I'm so happy you made this? Like, how'd that feel?
No, for sure. And you know, because like because of the fact that like Diamond Cutter was kind of like a crossover of like universes. It's a crossover of like pro wrestling culture and like hip hop culture. So, you know, just based off that alone, I just like, you know, like I just got crazy feedback from wrestling fans from across the world and shit that like I've never even thought would like even like find me and shit, but somehow this shit just got out to them, and you know, and it's dope because, you know, it's people like, you know, it's people that, you know, like who enjoy wrestling but don't really like understand or like haven't really heard like hip hop, so you know, so it's like it's kind of like opening a door for them, and vice versa. It's people like, you know, who love hip hop but, you know, like aren't really sure about wrestling or don't understand. That's
how I feel.
So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you know, it's kind of like
I'm like I know a little bit about wrestling, like the girl wrestler Chyna and like Steve McMahon.
Rest in peace to Chyna.
And his daughter Stephanie McMahon.
Word.
Hulk Hogan, The Rock.
Word. No, like it's definitely like a lot of legends right there for sure. A lot of legends.
I remember watching Chyna. She was my favorite. She would remind me of like Xena the Hero or something.
Yo, it's crazy.
I loved her.
Yo, at one point I thought it was the same girl. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she used to look like her at a point. I'm bugging.
Yeah, nah. I thought Chyna was like Xena, like dead ass. And then after like a couple of weeks, I'm like, I was looking at her face, like, wait, that's not Chyna.
You know what's funny? I actually had a random conversation about her recently. I think she passed away, right?
No, yeah, she passed away.
She passed away, but she had like a crazy ass life. Like supposedly Stephanie McMahon.
Oh yeah, it was like a whole
took her man.
Yeah, it was like a crazy.
And then like she like lost her mind, and then like she like spiraled. It was like crazy, and I'm just like, I can't believe like that was her real life.
No, it's true. You're right. It was some crazy like love triangle thing happening with, and it's crazy because like it's shit that's happening like in real life behind the scenes and shit.
But think about that story. Like that shit happens all the time.
No, yeah, like it happens all the time. You know, it was so basically, you know what I mean? Like Triple H, he was with Chyna, and then Stephanie.
And he did her dirty.
Yeah, he kind of did her dirty, but you know, like it is what it is. Like life goes on. Life goes on.
We're not gonna put men in the hot seat right now.
It's Triple H. Like
actually, you know? Are you single? Fuck it, we're gonna put you in the hot seat.
I am most definitely single.
So
yes,
tell the ladies, you single?
You know what I mean? Hip hop is my love.
We got ladies that listen to the Sabrosa podcast. Don't get it fucked up.
Hip hop is my baby girl.
I got girls
you know
up in this bitch. Like you're.
See, you know what I mean? See it right there.
I want to see what Papi's next on the Sabrosa. I got you, girls. I got Gotcha.
Married to the music. Married to the music. You see right there. See, that's my wedding band right there. You know what I mean?
So, all right. So, what's your ideal date? Do you want to get asked on a date, or are you asking the girl out on a date?
My ideal date, no, yeah, like
You don't have to say what it is, but like, are you asking, or you like a girl that's gonna step and be like, "Yo, what you doing tomorrow night?"
Now, like for the most part, I will definitely ask like shorty on a date. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
I feel like, okay. First of all, let's just say one thing right now, right? Let's say one thing right now, right?
Talk about
There's
it.
been this whole like thing about women getting on their knees to like.
Wait, what?
No, wait, no, hold on. Nah, like.
Hold on. What's going on? What's that? Repeat that?
About
Wait,
marriage.
what?
I'm talking about marriage. It's been this whole like.
What?
It's been this whole like thing. Like I've been seeing this whole trend where like it's like women been getting on their knees proposing to like men and shit and asking men for their hand in marriage.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo,
how
like,
do you feel about that?
yo, like, yeah, I mean, like, to each its own, but I mean, I don't know, like, me personally, like, I just, like, I couldn't really.
How do you feel about marriage? Period. Are you into it?
I mean, I feel like fuck the government first of all, and we shouldn't get them involved like in anything. I feel like if you found like your life partner and and you're both in love and you're both happy, then that's it. It's like you don't gotta sign no fucking. Like, you don't gotta put no fucking ink on no paper for that. That's it. Like, if the love is real, then that's all you need. That's it. You know what I mean? And you got your partnership right there. I mean, I understand there's a lot of women, there's a lot of ladies that want to have the dream wedding and the big dress and all that and the flowers. I understand, but that's cool.
I mean, a lot of women don't plan their wedding when they're kids. Like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have 3 kids.
Yeah, we could.
By the time I'm 25,
we could do that. We could do that, but but like we could do that, but like we still not gotta make it official.
Well, all I know is that I'm not about to get on my knees to propose to no dude. That's period. Like no,
facts.
that's not happening.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. That's like no. And second of all, I must agree with you. I'm not big on the whole marriage thing, but if it happens, it happens. But I'm not too like my life is on a schedule. Like we're together for 2 years, we gotta get married by the 3.5, and then we gotta have kids by 5.5. Like that's weird.
Yeah, it feels
people
weird.
that schedule their.
I don't know.
It's weird. That's weird. You guys gotta let things fly, let things flow.
Yeah, you just gotta let life flow, man. Just it.
Well, all I know before we go on is that the dating game is rigged, and
oh yeah, but
I'm gonna be single for a really long time, okay? Because I'm too much and 3 much for these motherfuckers.
Nah, I feel you. I hear you. But to answer your question earlier about the ideal date, my fault. Yeah.
Oh yeah, your ideal date.
My ideal date. I'm like a simple guy. Like we don't gotta do nothing crazy. I'm usually, we could just like listen to music, just smoke. It doesn't matter what kind of setting. Just like sit. Like to me, like just like sitting in a car. Just like smoking and just listening to like certain certain music. You know what I mean? That's the whole vibe right there. You know what I mean? So it's like.
It depends though, because there be some high maintenance girls, like they be like, oh, I'm not about to sit in the car and do nothing. Like if he's not about to spend no money on me.
You know what though?
How you deal with that?
No. Like you know what though? Actually, no.
Because they really be off that.
Like I ain't gonna front. Like a pretty dope date. A pretty dope date that I went on was like the like drive-in movie. Like we went to the drive-in theater. Mm-hmm. Like it was out in Brooklyn and shit. Like it was by the water, but. Like, that was a pretty cool fucking date. But, yeah, that was a pretty cool vibe, so.
That's good. Well, ladies, now you know his ideal date, so I gave you the whole blueprint.
Listen, you can't be good company. All you need is good company. That's it. That's all you need, baby girl, is good company.
That's funny. Where does the name EricTheRed come from? How'd you come up with that?
Okay, so.
I'm curious. I have my own theory. Let's see if it's right.
Nah, I feel that. So EricTheRed, I mean, it's a name I pretty much had for for a minute now. Like I would say maybe 12, 13 years now. And it's funny because at first, like it was supposed to be, like some funny shit. It was like some like tongue in cheek shit. Like it wasn't supposed to be taken seriously because, at that time I had, so fucking EricTheRed, like like he was an actual figure in history. He was like a Viking, but
I'm right.
his name was Eric with a K, Eric with a K, and whatever like that. So at that time, I was sporting a crazy fucking beard at that time, and I was just like I was doing my rap shit, and my man's was like, yo, you kind of like a Viking and shit, like a Viking and shit. And I'm like, oh, like EricTheRed. And I'm like, yo, like I should use that as my rap shit. And I'm like, you should do it, man. Fuck it. So I kind of did it, but I switched the K to a C, and I kind of just ran with it. But it was one of those things that like everyone kind of like gravitated towards. People call me EricTheRed, or like I'm fucking either Red for short, or but
You're like aka hella aliases.
Yeah,
I feel like that too, because I feel like people starting to call me Sabrosa now.
No, yeah, I feel you.
And I did not claim myself to be Sabrosa. It just happened.
Nah, your whole, you know what I mean? Like your whole energy is definitely Sabrosa. I mean, that's what it matters. That's what it matters.
EricTheRed, the Vikings. I like Vikings. Did you ever watch that show, The Vikings?
I've never seen a show Vikings on.
Well, it's pretty.
But
good
I
show.
always had this this kind of like big, kind of like endearing, I guess, kind of like, you know what I mean? like this big kind of like Viking kind of like, you know what I mean, stature and shit. So it was one of those like tongue in cheek kind of things, but I ran with it, and I kind of stuck with it. So
Yo, I be getting stuff late actually though. Yo, so I have a scenario for you, and you tell me.
Okay.
All right.
Scenarios.
Creating, right?
Word.
Once you create anything, whether it's music, art, beats, this, that, the third, people are inspired from something. They pull from somewhere, right?
Word.
Following me?
Yeah, I'm following you.
What is the fine line between in being inspired, right, and straight up copying?
What's the fine line between?
Because sometimes people are. What is the fine line? Like, have you ever been in a scenario that you're like, yo, they're straight copying me?
I mean, like, honestly, like, it's like when it, like, I guess when it's like super, super like blatant, you know what I mean? But honestly, like, like me, like that's something like, like I will never get, like maybe I would let that bother me at first, but then afterwards, like I just fall back and I realize, it's like they say, like imitation is the highest form of flattery, you know what I mean? So it's like, like the way I kind of see it is like, I guess you're kind of doing something right, you know what I mean? Because it's like, like even, like if somebody wants to like, you know what I mean, like kind of like ride your wave or kind of like hang on your coattails or kind of do like shit that you're doing, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't take it as like, oh, that's just kind of like, I mean, okay, like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that's kind of like, yo, that's just whack, yo, fuck that shit, yo, but honestly,
right, because there's a part, like,
of course.
Like,
that's
yo,
really?
That's
the back of my,
you about to play my face?
Yeah, like, it's definitely, like, in the back of my mind, but, I'm trying, you know what I mean? But, like, the grown, like, mature version of myself is like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I just take that as, like, a form of flattery, you know what I mean? Like
imitation is the greatest form of flattery. That's like
it is
quote.
because honestly, if you're not like like if you were doing like some like whack shit, or if you were doing something that wasn't that wasn't popping, then ain't nobody really gonna like even copy your shit to begin with, you know what I mean? So in a way, it's kind of like yeah, like you're doing something right, like something's working,
Right, but still, you know what I mean? Because you were in back in this time 20, even now, like you guys were old, like your team, your boys, like y'all have always been in this position of like trendsetter, right. First to do certain things, first to show certain lights, certain things, certain angles, like perspective, right? And I feel like it's facts, like a lot of people follow suit, right? But like it's like you can see the inspiration, right? But there's no like, like credit or credibility. Like I feel like if I'm gonna get inspired from something, right? Like me in my position, I can't really say, oh, I got inspired from this, because in this area I'm pretty much the first person to do this, right? But if I was pulling, like, let's say, like, I always say, like, one of my inspirations, Angie Martinez, right? And I'm going to always let her know, like, yo, I'm mad inspired by you. Like, I love you. You know what I'm saying? And, like, legend. I'm always, and even when I'm in a certain place, bro, I hope that Lito's there in the room when I meet her for the first time, because I'm going to cry.
Yo, funny story.
I'm going to be like, record right now. I'm crying.
Real quick.
I told you this.
Nah, I most definitely feel where you're coming from. Just on a side note, a real quick funny story about Angie Martinez. Back when I used to work in Best Buy in like 2006, 2007 and shit, I was the guy putting the TV, you know, in the people's cars and shit, you know, and just getting like a little tip outside and shit. I remember Angie Martinez, she pulled up on. I remember like they called me on the radio, yo, Eric, we need you in the front, you know, as a customer that needs like the TV in the car and shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, whatever. So
that's crazy.
I'm walking up, and I'm close, and I'm walking closer, and I'm looking at the person. I'm like, yo, is that Angie Martinez? I think it's Angie Martinez.
The voice in New York.
And it was Angie Martinez, and it was her and her husband. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, you know, like in my mind, I'm like, oh, shit, this is fucking dope right here, Angie Martinez. But now, you know, shouts to her, because, like, her husband, he definitely blessed me. He gave me, like, a $20 bill. They pulled up in a fucking big ass truck, and I just threw that shit in there. And you know, shouts to Angie. Yo, yeah, shouts to Angie, because there's a couple of fucking.
I'm gonna meet you one day.
Shouts to her. Yo, there's a couple of fucking NBA players who did not tip me at all, yo. And y'all niggas is making millions of fucking dollars.
There's a reason why I love her so much. I'm telling you, I just have a feeling she's so cool.
Yo, she definitely bought me like lunch that day and a pack of Newports. So shouts to Angie. I appreciate you.
I'll see you soon. And with that being said, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna go on a commercial, on a little musical break, commercial break. You know, commercial break soon.
Commercial break.
You feel me?
Yo,
but we'll be right back.
Yo, we need some ads. Yo, what's up, yo?
You feel me? Commercial break.
Bag,
yo,
we gotta get this.
Yo. All the bags is checked. Out in London, make sure them tags correct. Word. Trying to make it out unscathed. I know them top boys finna slash your neck. Crazy. Dog, I just came to cash some checks. Can't afford no accidents. Shit turbulent, your seatbelt need to fasten it. Hey yo, these rappers need a bassinet. They ain't passionate. Not at all. Don't leave your queen around my niggas. They Randy Savages. They want smoke, but I ain't passing. Can't even imagine. Y'all not.
Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. You already know. But yeah, like we were saying, you know, you guys have a way of trend setting. You guys have a trendsetter. That's just what it is. I mean, right. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's an important trait to have, because there's a fine line between being inspired and like being a creator, and then like being a trendsetter is like very important.
No, word. I most definitely appreciate that a lot. Like, I feel like that's something that I take like a lot of pride in, you know, and the fact that Seven Tribes, like we always took pride in just being true to ourselves. And, you know, like the fact that we never really like follow no trend or like whatever was popping at that time, you know what I mean? To like try to, you know, to try to get on and shit, you know what I mean? Like we always had that mentality, like if you build it, they will come. And that's honestly like what happened with us, you know what I mean? Like I feel like we build like a foundation, you know what I mean? Like a whole like subculture like within the community, and you know, and everybody definitely came, you know, and you know, like the rest is history, you know. But it's definitely been like a wild ride so far, and it's not over though, you know. It's not over yet. Like we definitely got like some new shit, you know, like we got some new shit like on the way too, so you know, it's a lot of shit going on, so it should be fun.
Tell us a little bit about your creative process for Diamond Cutter. What like, did you pre-write the stuff before even getting the beat? What type of beats did you sample? Did you create the beats from scratch with the guys? Did you buy beats? Like, how was that?
So like Diamond Cutter, honestly, like I had no like intention of, you know, of even like creating a project. You know, it was one of those things that it was just like it was kind of like a snowball effect. Like I just started, you know, like I said, like I had that itch, and honestly, like I'm gonna just say real quick, like like shouts to Astro, because it was actually at like one of their events last year that like that was the first time that like I had popped out, or I've been outside in a while and shit. That was the first event that I've been to in years, like honestly.
Was it Maximum Output?
I think it was Maximum Output, yeah.
Shout out to Maximum Output.
Yeah, word. And that's almost probably like a year ago. It was probably like last spring, last March. But that was like that event was like the catalyst, like that just made me like really get back into it. Like, damn, this shit is so dope, yo. Like, just seeing everything, like seeing people have like, because it was like a pop-up event, so seeing people have merch, have shit, have mad things to like, to like sell, and like seeing all the artists come together and shit. Like, I was like, yo, that's dope, like it made me like
felt inspired.
Yeah, of course. Like it definitely made me feel inspired and like motivated to get back into it. But so yeah, it was like a short time after that event that I just started I started like writing tracks. You know what I mean? I started because like I wasn't planning on working on a project or nothing serious. So I just started I started like collecting like free beats from like different like producers and shit. Just to get
just to test the water.
Yeah,
see what's up.
I mean, let's just get the pen back going, because
get the momentum going.
Just for like lyrical, like what they call it, like is like lyrical exercise or whatever they call it. But it was that, and I ended up doing like one record, and like it came out pretty. I was like, okay, it came out pretty decent. Like I fuck with this, so I started making like another record, and 2 records became 4 records, and and then it's like somewhere like along the way, like so like in that time that I was away from like making music, I regained my passion for like wrestling again, because it was something that I kind of like. I was always a fan of it since I was young. Like I was always a hardcore fan, but it was a time that I kind of like I wasn't into it. I wasn't really like following it for a couple of years. But in my time away from music, I kind of like fell in love with it again. Like I fell in love with it all over again. With the art form of it. But so like when I was creating the music, I was noticing that in some of the bars, I would like throw in like a reference, like a wrestling reference. I did notice that. Or like a punchline, but it wasn't, like I wasn't really I wasn't aiming to do like a wrestling themed project. It was just coming out, but.
That's where you pulled the inspiration from at the moment.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what, like since I'm already making all these little like references, to like wrestling and shit, like I might as well just like pull it together and just and create something, just put it out for the people, but like I said, like I was saying prior, like I had Diamond Cutter like on the shelf for like 6-7 months, like because I was just I was developing like those feelings of self-doubt all over again, and I'm like, nah, this shit's whack, bro. Like ain't nobody trying to hear me and shit. Like ain't nobody trying to hear this shit. So I just I put it on the shelf. I was just just working my job 9 to 5 and whatever. It's just like not really fucking with music. But then honestly, like I have to thank like the people around me, because like they're the ones that keep pushing me and keep like motivating me, like I definitely have a strong like support system.
That's very important. It's essential.
Like in 7 Tribes, and even outside of 7 Tribes, like, and they were just telling me, yo, E, like, what the fuck you doing, bro? Like, you sitting on your tape, bro. Like, you just, like what you doing? And I'm just like, and I kept making up excuses, like, nah, man, like, I wanna do this first, I wanna do that first. But honestly, I was just trying to like, you know what I mean? But, so like, I appreciate all the people that was like, yo, just put it out, man, just fuck it. So I eventually did. I just got my shit together, 10 toes down, and I just fucking executed, and I'm happy that I got to like eventually put the project out eventually.
Yeah, and congratulations again. I think it's not easy to stop doing music for a while and then just get back in it head first and just like dive into it, and
for sure, it's
not easy.
And I'm sure that's like in any field of art, right. What I mean, whether it's like, you know, whether it's like you're like a painter or you're like a chef, or it's like whatever you do, you know.
I'm a firm believer that if you don't feel like you want to quit or you don't want to stop, and then you feel how you feel without it, right?
Yo, that shit is fucking whack. Yo,
that's when you realize how much you love it, and that's why you do what you do.
That's the worst
and
feeling.
if you don't have that feeling, then you don't really love it.
I feel like,
you know,
I feel like that's us like trying to be like Mr. Smiths and shit. Like when we're not Mr. Smith, yo, we're fucking, you know what I mean? Like we Neo and them, you know what I mean? We gotta create, man. We gotta
and you gotta find that balance. And like I said, my favorite song on the whole tape, I love the 7 songs, but Moonlight, I felt like that, like I said, you guys stepped on that track, and your verse on it, your verse specifically talks about balance and people trying to find a way, and, you know, just like my perspective, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody has their own perspective of what they interpret, but my perspective was that, like, you know, I think it was dope that you're just like, you know, just don't give up, like, find a way, you know, there's you know, you're gonna find the balance. And it's like, now having this conversation with you, it gives more context to that verse that I enjoyed. So I just want to tell you that. So that's cool.
No, like I most definitely appreciate that word. Like, no, yeah, like
Key stepped on that.
Yeah, Key.
Cass went crazy.
Man, you know what we do. You know how we do, man.
P Flipper in the house. I heard him.
Oh, so my God.
I was like, yo, what? I was like, okay, guys.
Shouts to the whole tribe. Now, yo, they went crazy on that record, and I think that's honestly like one of the main reasons why people just gravitated towards that record so much, because it brought back that feeling, like that feeling, like you said earlier, like when we dropped Gold like a decade ago. It just brought back that vibe, like that whole the whole fucking like the whole energy of a posse cut, just everyone just going in, bam, 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 like verses, like no bridge, no hook, fuck with that, we just fucking rapping and shit. But no, yeah, like, you know, like I definitely like, you know, like the majority of the project of Diamond Cutter, you know, I felt like for the most part it was like, it kind of had like a, you know, it was like a slow kind of dragging kind of sound, you know, like, but I thought Moonlight was like a perfect way to, like, you know, like kind of like end the project, you know, like on a fun note, on a high note, like, you know, with like good energy, good vibes, you know, like it definitely brought that old feeling back. Like,
how do you feel about now because y'all, let me choose my words wisely here, right? Let me think about it, right?
You're good.
People would consider the music you do, specifically 7 Tribes, everything, underground hip hop or underground, right? Underground, right? Yeah. But if you really think about it, you got Griselda, you got West Side Gun, you got other people with this underground raw sound. Word. How do you feel about that? Like, how underground is considered mainstream sometimes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like,
I know it's a broad question, but like,
like, you know what? Honestly,
you know what I'm trying to say,
like,
right?
I feel like maybe I feel like we need like some more time though. Like, you know, because I feel like you know, like it's still kind of new, still young, you know, because honestly, it's really an uptap market that they're gonna wake up when it's too motherfucking late. But that's a story for another motherfucking day. You know, actually, we could get into it right now. Like it's real talk. That's facts. You know, that's facts. Because I was gonna mention that, you know, like it's like I saw like Griselda, you know, I mean, like we can, like a lot of us, like for the most part, like we can all agree that like Griselda, like, you know, like they came and made a huge impact. Like they kind of just like dropped the flag on that, and they kind of like revived, I guess, like a kind of like, I don't want to be the devil's advocate, but this shit has been around.
Motherfuckers are listening to the wrong shit.
Of course, yes,
that's what the fuck it comes down to.
But
this shit has been around, and it's just a specific specific group that just blew up. But this specific type of music and sound and vibe and rawness, like, it's been around, and it's just like my question here is just like, how do you feel about? I'm not trying to stir no shit, but this is the facts of the situation. Is just like underground been around, been a thing. That's why I talk to the artists that I talk to. That's why I do what I do. That's why I put that shit out there, because it's good as music, and and a lot of the times it's overlooked because of all this mainstream shit, right? That is just really inspired by the shit that's really in the streets that's being overlooked.
No, yeah, that's true. I feel that.
So as an artist, how does that make you feel? That's really what it is. Like, that's really like, scenario, would you get a deal or would you stay independent?
Honestly, like right now, I would stay independent, because I feel like, I would need to raise I would need to raise my value, like way much more, just a lot more, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like right now, if I just take a deal, you know what I mean? I have me personally as EricTheRed, I got no type of leverage. So I could just, they could throw anything at me and I'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds good to me, I guess, just sign and shit. But I feel like
don't sell yourself too short, man, because honestly, they be out here giving deals to people that really don't be out here doing. They don't even know how to freaking put a pen to paper. They don't even know. All they do is turn up.
But you know what it is. But
how you feel about drill music?
Drill music is. I mean, me personally, I'm not. Okay, I'm not too into it, but it's it's fun, it sound like it's some fun music that the young kids are, what I mean? They be fucking dancing to and fucking spinning to and all that. And
you be in the car listening to K Flocka?
But me personally, I don't listen to drill music.
All right, let's correct that real quick.
I don't listen to drill music. But
just put both his eyebrows up.
But you know what? But you know what though? When it's rest in peace to Pop Smoke. When Pop Smoke, when he first came out, when he first broke out around 2019, around that time. Mm-hmm.
But he was making straight hits though. I'm not gonna lie, it was a dope sound. It was something new. It was something cool and shit. But after a while, it was something that it was I got jaded with quick, and I was whatever. But it's definitely I'm not really too much into the whole drill scene and shit like that. I understand that people. I feel I don't know. I feel like a lot of people in political kind of and political seats, they kind of I don't know, I feel like they're kind of aiming at drill music and aiming at hip hop music and trying to blame lyrics and shit. I feel like drill's agenda based. That's how you.
No, yeah, I mean, I know, I just feel like even though me personally, I don't agree, with the violence and, there's usually, it comes with the drill music. Mm-hmm. I still feel like every artist should say what the fuck they want to say. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I don't feel like they should be fucking the words it should be used in court or some shit. To get niggas lined up and shit. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah, that Young Thug trial is crazy.
Yo, there's
it's a lot from the rap lyrics or something like that, I think.
Yeah, which is mad corny. There's been there's been a lot of movements, and it's been a lot of it's movements are kind of pushing back against that,
Yeah.
And as they should, because I'm I don't know, I feel like that whole fucking energy is only geared towards hip hop culture, because there's extremely violent rock songs out there,
right.
Marilyn Manson and shit, that
and there's some wild ass country songs out there that I've heard, and I'm what are they talking about?
This is an example, yeah, an example, but it's just this is universal and shit, you know what I mean? I don't understand why, but. It is what it is, though. We just gotta
the
push
element
through.
of storytelling would be compromised at that point, because think about Nas,
exactly,
for example.
Exactly, because
the thing the things that he would say in his rap songs, most of the time, I think I watched a documentary on YouTube. It was like Vice or I don't know what it was, but it was like basically like he lived a lot of the stuff supposedly, but then a lot of the stuff was like, from stories around him. Right?
Yeah.
So the element of storytelling, like if you gotta watch what you say, like that sucks.
That shit is mad trash. It's
but
like,
in that element, I get it because that's the violence and stuff. Of course, no, but some songs are catchy. But me personally, is it my vibe? Nah.
No, yeah. Like it's crazy. Like I don't know. Like if I'm getting older, but
I'm just getting older. Certain things are just noise.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I got to a certain age, I feel like I could tolerate just like less and less music and shit.
Right.
I feel like maybe I kind of tuned out. Like maybe after 2016, like in 2016, after like the Travis Scotts and the Schoolboy Q's, like those artists are probably like the last type of artists that. That I kind of fucked with, that were doing that kind of sound. Mm-hmm. And then in 2017, I don't know, it was just like a whole wave of like these like weird rappers, I
feel like there's
Lil Xan
every couple of years some weird shit happens.
That's when I kind of tuned out, and 6ix9ine and them, and I'm like, nah, that's
why we need more of that real, that authentic, that raw, that good,
of course,
content, because it just. I feel like I'm just in a bubble of great music, and I just don't hear all that other noise that's going on. For sure. That's like how I feel like I lead my life. But do you have any visuals coming up for Diamond Cutter?
Yes, like we actually have like a few visuals coming up. Like I'm not gonna say like which records yet, because I kind of want to surprise everybody, but. Yeah, like we definitely have, like I've been like chopping it up with like a few like directors and videographers. So
that's good.
Like we definitely got, and I'm gonna just say right now, like the Moonlight video, if y'all fuck with the record, y'all gonna go crazy over that video, and that's all I'm gonna say right there. I got a big surprise for y'all for that Moonlight visual for sure.
And. Well, we can't wait to see it. You already know we're going to repost it.
Above the clouds, moving through the skies. Make Foley ass niggas every day another new disguise. You decide how you maneuver through these crucial times. Either way, you getting scrutinized. Either way, I'm gonna utilize all the gifts that I was blessed with. Do or die. All these bitches that I messed with. If you provide real love, but it was never purified. Heart still crucified. Blaze a pound, take a Uber ride. I don't even wanna drive. I don't even wanna.
What is coming up next for you? What is there another album coming up? Do you want to work on other things? Are you planning to do another drop in 2023?
No, yeah, most definitely. I feel like right now is like the perfect time to just keep, just keep my foot on the gas,
yeah.
Cause like I've been writing and like recording music since like 2005, but. It's always in waves, I always have those like stages of like, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it. Like there's been, I'm not going front. I was definitely one of those rappers like, I'm back, your boy's back.
It'd be like that.
It was, I know a couple of y'all did the same thing, no front, but it'd be like that. Like, like I'll stop doing it for like 2 years and then I'll be like, your boy's back, like, and mind you, ain't nobody was waiting for me to, but like in my mind,
Don't say that, because you really don't know. You never know who's listening.
Mind, I was back, I was back so many times, but this is one of those times that like I'm not
back
gonna
for good?
No, that I'm back for good this
you
time.
Back and you better?
We back, we
Tell
better.
Tell the people you back and you better, and you ain't going nowhere.
We're gonna keep our fucking foot on everybody's fucking neck, and we're not fucking letting go of the gas. We're going full speed, that's it.
The people gonna be watching this one.
For sure. No, but just to answer your question, my fault. We definitely got like a few things on the way. Like, like I actually got a project that I'm working on, like with Kibo Hidi. And my man Os, shouts to Os, like he's a producer. Like he's a producer. Like he's, he got some crazy fucking ill beats. So yeah, like we've been working on a little project between me, him, and Key, and like we got the 7 Tribes album on the way, which is gonna be our fourth album, I think. Yeah, fourth album. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a fourth album. Yeah. But not because like it's been a minute. So we got the new Seven Tribes album coming out, and yeah, like I'm definitely gonna work on some more solo projects. Like I already started working on my next project because I just feel mad inspired. Like all the love and the feedback behind Diamond Cutter is the fuel, man. That's the fuel that just makes me want to keep doing this shit.
Nah, man. That's just how it is. It's a game of consistency. Just keep your foot on the gas. Stay motivated, even when you don't. Those times that you don't feel motivated, there's a reason why you came back. There's a reason why.
And like when it comes to like this rap shit or like fucking like writing and recording, like I've always been like a student of the game. I've always been like studying this shit. I've always been like looking for ways, like to get better. Like I was saying earlier, I'm my own worst critic, and when it comes to like rapping, like I feel like I always got this like it's like a chip on my shoulder, and it's like a permanent chip on my shoulder, and I'm like, like I pretty much use that to just keep getting better. What I mean? Just through like Diamond Cutter, for example. Like it was like I put it out. And I sit back and I listen to it, and I kind of figure out like everything that, I'm like, oh, you know what, I could have did this better. I could have did that better.
But so that's why you come back with more music.
For sure. So, so now like I take all that wisdom and I carry it over to the next project or to the next record or to the next LP, whatever. So
any you want to tell the people where they can find you on Instagram, all that good stuff. What's your handles?
Yeah, I go by EricTheRed, as you already know.
Yes, sir.
And, you can find me on Instagram at EricTheRed13, just all together. EricTheRed13, EricTheRed 13. Yeah, like I'm not really like on Twitter right now because it's kind of like weird over there. It's kind of weird things happening on Twitter, so I've just been staying on the gram for right now. So you can definitely find me on the gram, and you can also find all my brothers, Seven Tribes. We got our own site too, seventribes.com, where you could go check it out. We got merch, we got like events coming up too. So, it's a lot of big things going on 2023. So, for sure.
Well, guys, you already know, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Eric. I appreciate you.
Word.
Keep your foot on the gas. Keep doing what you do. Stay consistent. Stay motivated. I appreciate you for taking the time out. This is definitely something that I thought about doing even before I had a podcast. So that's
No, for sure.
Another full circle moment for Stephanie. Sabrosa.
Honestly, like the feeling, feeling is beyond mutual. Like I appreciate you having me. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely like a pleasure for me to be here because, like especially like all the artists that have already been here. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of fucking dope artists that I love that were here already. So it's a good
and that's
feeling.
That's why we do what we do, man. Shout out to Astra. Shout out to Lido. Shout out to Kibo.
Shout out to fucking Lito. Shout out to fucking War Ready. Shout out to the whole
shout
fucking...
Shout out to War Ready.
Kibo Hiti, Seven Tribes. I see... I want to shout... wait, real quick. I want to shout out every single feature on Diamond Cutter. I appreciate all of you. Fucking Psy, Left, Seven Tribes. I appreciate each and every one of you. My boy, ACLC, my brothers, fucking Street Faction. You know who you are. I want to make sure that I showed all of them love before we closed out.
Of course.
So it's important for me.
You heard the man, guys. You already know who I am. I mean, hold on. Let me give y'all my new AKA, Sabrosa. Okay?
Sabrosa.
My name is Steph Sabrosa. Whatever you call me, you already know what time it is. Another episode for the books, 2023. Keep the foot on the gas. We ain't stopping. We don't care. You either on the bus. Actually, by now, you're probably off the bus. We've been left. All right? We're in another state right now. I'll catch y'all later, yo. Peace out.
Already know where we coming from. You already know. Yeah, you already know where we coming from. You already know. Yeah, you already know where we coming from. Already know. Either Red, yo, Seven Tribes, yo, Astra, yo, check. A lot of artists be comedy acts. I just calmly react and laugh at at the mockery of your novelty raps. Never cared for no standard rap and marketing pack. No matter how you spin it, yeah, your shit still probably whack. Trying to win lottery cash, Bobby, you gotta relax. At the more sus than a pharmacy vax. Washed up, need to put that notepad in the laundry bag and never show your face like you bombing a tag. Red bike and I'm palming an axe. Slide when you park in the act. Pair of black gloves and a robbery mask. Head spinning like pottery class. Ain't part of the map. Get rocked with a full scale army attack. Getting monopoly stacks minus the property tax. Only way to bring the economy back. Yeah, that's cool, but where the love and the hope and philosophy at? It all connects like astrology math.
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Never turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack. Never turn your back on the wolf pack. Don't turn your back on the wolf pack.
EricTheRed, yeah. 7 Drive, yo. Mad loves. Sabrosa Podcast, I see you. Astra, yo. Mad love. Shit. EricTheRed, Diamond Cutter, yo.